as far as Himanta Biswa Sarma is concerned, just to put this on record, the case has never got shut.
I'm not talking about the case.
In fact, the Central Bureau of Investigation was asked to submit a report also. The fact of the matter is that there was no clean sheet that has been given by, there is no closure report here. There is no closure report. There is a closure report as far as Ajit Pawar is concerned, not as far as Himanta. There is no closure report. Let me bring in Shazia right now. Shazia, I put out the facts. You don't like the facts. That's your problem. But Shazia,
please, I've been trying to speak for the longest period.
Let Shazia answer this question.
Don't do this. Please allow me. You have allowed this man.
Akashdeep, at least hear the other person. I've given you the...
Akashdeep. He has nothing to say. You ask him serious questions on the money trail.
Shazia, go ahead.
On why Sisodia has been denied bail. Why Sanjay Singh is there. What happened with Samir Mahindra. What is Amit Arora's case. What was Vijay Nair doing.
Okay, one second.
Phones were destroyed. No answer.
1 minute. That's not allowed.
Ajit Pawar
1 second. That is not allowed.
Let me tell you.
Akashdeep,
why this man is
please behave in a decent manner. 1 second. Shazia, 1 minute. Shazia, Akashdeep, this is not done. Please maintain some decorum. If you can't answer a question, does not mean you start threatening the other panelists.
Let it be.
1 minute.
I can't talk.
Can you just bring the audio line down?
I'm not able to.
1 minute.
You're constantly talking when I'm talking.
Akashdeep.
Forget it. Thank you very much. My God, it's very difficult.
1 second. Akashdeep, let me make this very clear. At least not on my debate. It does not happen. If you cannot answer a question, Akashdeep, if you cannot answer a question, you have no right to threaten or abuse a co-panelist. You cannot threaten a co-panelist. That's not allowed. Shazia, make a point.
Which abusive word have I used? I want to ask Shravan Singh.
It's very unfair. Just look at the nature. And and they set a trap for you, Shravan, and they do it with other anchors too. The minute you ask them questions about their scams, they start saying things to the anchor. And that's a trap. Don't get caught in the trap. I mean, there's only this much water bottle. Just talk about the cases. I'm talking about details. I'm giving you details of the case. And 125 crores is the paybacks given.
Detail?
The whole policy has been revoked.
What
the
details?
Consumption went up, but the revenue went down. What a huge scam it was. It was just done to promote the manufacturers of booze companies, liquor companies and retailers. They turned it upside down. And not just that, Albus tell him something about the law of which he knows nothing. Then ED is not mandated to give details of why or who should be an accused. Where there's an arrest being made, that is the only time when grounds are provided. So there is nothing like that. Do not make up your own law and your own stories. And thirdly and most importantly, where is the evidence? Remember it was Kejriwal who asked for evidence wherever surgical strikes. He was asking for evidence for that.
If I'm going to be allowed to speak, see, she wants to keep speaking because she doesn't have a point. She's repeating the same thing over and over again.
I challenge you to come up with any evidence. Your lies will be caught out. Your bluff will be called. Remember that.
Very good, very good. Is this part of some
Shazia, a quick response because we have to speed this up. Let's speed this up because Shazia, I'll have to give the others also a chance right now. We're running out of time. So,
one question. No,
Suman,
I think she's just
Shazia, just hold on. You made your point. Shazia, you made your point. Let's take this forward now. Suman, I'll not get back to the same old question that again and again people are asking. But please understand one thing. It is very clear that people are going to raise questions when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal refuses to even furnish any evidence. If you don't furnish evidence, it becomes like a pattern. It becomes a pattern that you make allegations, you will run away. It has happened in the past. Can you deny that?
In your dislike for the BJP, do not defend the corrupt.
Shazia, allow Suman to respond. Shazia, allow Suman to respond.
By these corrupt politicians.
How much money? I don't know. Let's assume I don't know. I am an ignoramus. Now tell me, how much money was seized from Sisodia's blockers? Please ask the lady to tell us.
Telling you.
She knows everything about the case.
It is for everybody to see. Imagine
how much money.
Okay, Suman, there is again a mistake that you
made.
How much money? Suman, I don't have to ask that question because I have been covering this case. I've been covering this case. Please understand one thing. Not every time would you make recoveries in terms of cash recovery, because understand something, there is called a Hawala transaction also. The allegation here, as far as Mr. Sisodia and Satyendra Harvinder Jain are concerned, the allegation is about Hawala transactions and how the Aam Aadmi Party has allegedly benefited in the Goa elections. Can I just get a quick response also from Binay and Kamlakar ji? Kamlakar, Sumant, you have had the chance. Can I just get a quick response from Kamlakar ji, because Kamlakar ji has not got the chance to speak. Kamlakar ji, India alliance, while you may go back to the rhetoric of how federal agencies are being utilized, but the reality is that none of the courts have given any sort of relief to any of the opposition leaders facing corruption charges. For a minute, if I'm to assume that, federal agencies are being misutilized, what would you then say about the courts?
Again, Sabal, I am not able to get your question. Again, I will respond on what the topic is. The larger question is that why you want to keep one officer in place as ED director or CBI director, you keep on extension. Why it is so that you are so keen on having particular officers there, whether they are court has to interfere. It is all pick and choose, and whenever you pick and choose, there are questions raised. And when the Home Minister says for the 2 days during the campaign, they say that this is the most corrupt Chief Minister. And when it is asked, when they go into alliance, it is asked, they say that मैं इस question का answer नहीं करना चाहता. और आपको बता दूं, एक पुराना शेर है कि ये कह के बंद हो गए हैं सभागार के किवाड़, बोलेगा जो खिलाफ वो जिंदा न जाएगा. So this is what BJP is doing. You oppose BJP. We are opposing the whole opposition. They want to topple government. They want to have power in the state at any cost.
A classic situation is happening, Binay, today.
They do poaching, whether they do coercive actions, whether they use
the final word. Both sides. Actually, for both sides, it seems that there are templated responses. There are templated responses coming in from the opposition party. So is it coming from the?
Come to their role.
Okay. I want to give the final word to Binay.
BJP is doing
beyond the templated responses, would you not agree that corruption, when you're dealing with corruption, you cannot be selective about it? Okay, Kamlakar ji, since I've not been able to ask you a single question. Binay, one final word. When it comes to corruption cases, you can't be selective. And you will have to do the answering that why would you then shut a case of Ajit Pawar? If at all you believe in corruption, if you believe that you want to eradicate corruption from this country, then why did you shut the case of Ajit Pawar?
Shravan, the case of Ajit Pawar, it was registered in ACB and it was shut down not during BJP regime, but it was Maha Vikas Aghadi government. And the second point, when you talk about Ajit Pawar and Bhujbal, when they were with UPA, they were very clean. Now they are dirty because they are with BJP. And BJP didn't close the case. In these cases, the agencies did. Hemanta was clean when he was with Congress. Now he is dirty. Fact is that someone like Hemanta, who felt suffocated in Congress, he quit it because it was a gas chamber-like thing for him. And Congress should focus on Vadra and Gandhi, enjoying schemes, making schemes, and Kejriwal should focus on liquor policy. And one more thing, Shravan, take the case of Subhendu Adhikari. He was with TMC, he was clean. Now he is with BJP, he is corrupt. And the same TMC is making allegation, the same Aam Aadmi Party is making allegation, the same Congress Party is making allegation. So when, again I say, when it comes to washing machine, it is the India Alliance. But there is nothing called India Alliance, but it was that, India Alliance thing. You were into that India Alliance, you are clean. You were with NDA, you are dirty. So this is a modus operandi. And no one from the Aam Aadmi Party on the India Alliance, they will.
We're just hoping,
they will start making jalebi out of
citizens of this country.
Everything. They won't give you a direct answer anytime.
Okay. As citizens of the country, I would, I would only feel that when it comes to crackdown of corruption, it cannot be selective. And the fact of the matter is that for those who have been claiming that they're extremely honest, squeaky clean, perhaps they are the last people who should be subverting institutional practices and, more importantly, trying to mislead the people by making some very lame, bizarre claims. So we are hoping that even Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who's a seasoned politician, someone who is very well versed with legal affairs, would not perhaps mislead the public in this manner, hoping that he would be joining the investigation. And if at all he comes clean, then perhaps these allegations that have been leveled against the centre as well as the enforcement directorate would only stick at that stage. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the Weekend Debate.